Hello and welcome to the newsroom. Breaking this hour, White House has said Donald Trump had a positive phone call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. This comes after Zelensky and Trump met today, where the U.S. president stated that the United States and Ukraine are now a lot closer to a peace deal. Trump has said the talks covered most major issues and that it could become clear within weeks whether the war in Ukraine can be brought to an end. He also said that progress has been made over the past month, though a few difficult issues, especially over territory in the Donbas region, are still unresolved. Trump has also confirmed that he has spoken directly with Russian President Vladimir Putin and said discussions are narrowing gaps between Kyiv and Moscow while stressing that there is no ceasefire agreement yet. Meanwhile, Zelensky welcomed what he called strong progress, but back in Ukraine, reactions remain cautious, with many hoping for peace, while fearing any deal could be fragile after nearly 4 years of war. Let's have a look at what the U.S. president has shared.
Depends what the security agreement is. What a dumb question. Nobody even knows what the security agreement is going to say, but there will be a security agreement. It'll be a strong agreement. And the European nations are very much involved in that. They'll be very much involved in protection, etc. But the European nations have been really great. They're very much in line with this meeting and getting a deal done. They're terrific people. I think you can say that. There's nobody there. They all want to get it done, and they've been very supportive. None of that's been determined, but it'll go. It's going to go very quickly. I think we're at final stages of talking, and we're going to see. Otherwise, it's going to go on for a long time. It'll either end, or it's going to go on for a long time, and millions of additional people are going to be killed. Millions. And nobody wants that. And we had a great talk with them after we were completed. We thought it was appropriate to speak with them. And our meeting was excellent. We covered, somebody would say 95%. I don't know what percent, but we have made a lot of progress on ending that war, which is really certainly the most deadly war since World War II, probably the biggest war since World War II.
Now we move on to Europe. Germany has welcomed U.S. President Donald Trump's push towards a lasting and just peace in Ukraine following his recent talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. The comments came after Trump and Zelensky met at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate to discuss a possible plan. European allies are expected to meet in Paris in early January to discuss security guarantees and the next steps in the peace process. Let's listen in.
Wir begrüßen das Engagement von Präsident Trump beim Bemühen um einen gerechten und dauerhaften Frieden in der Ukraine, der die ukrainische Souveränität und die europäische Sicherheit wahrt. Ganz klar ist allerdings, es liegt an Moskau, den Krieg zu beenden. Ohne Russland ist kein Friede möglich. Und wir nehmen da durchaus eine gewisse Differenz wahr zwischen dem, was angeblich vom russischen Präsidenten in Gesprächen geäußert wird und dem, was öffentlich verlautbart wird oder was auch wieder über Weihnachten an Attacken über die Ukraine niedergegangen ist. Von daher ist es jetzt, und das ist Ihre Frage, wie geht es weiter, natürlich in erster Linie an Russland zu zeigen, dass eine Bereitschaft besteht, zu einem gerechten und dauerhaften Frieden für die Ukraine zu kommen.
Now we move on to our next news. Russian President Vladimir Putin has told top military commanders that Russia must press ahead with offensive operations to secure full control of the Donbas region and the city of Zaporizhia. In a meeting with Moscow, military leaders report advances along the entire front line, saying Ukrainian forces remain largely on the defensive. Russia's general staff says troops captured thousands of square kilometers and hundreds of settlements this year. Let's listen in to the Russian president, the chief of general staff has shared.
Помешать развитию ситуации в самом Купянске тоже, конечно, нужно решительно пресекать. Я знаю, что вами предпринимаются соответствующие необходимые действия для этого. Мы все прекрасно понимаем, что освобождение Северска и эффективная работа в Константиновке позволяет войскам создать условия для развития дальнейшего наступления и овладения всей Славяно-Дружковска, Краматорска, всей этой агломерации и овладения всем рубежом обороны противника, а также во взаимодействии с войсками Запад и Центр полностью освободить территорию.
В декабре уже освобождено более 700 квадратных километров территории и 32 населенных пункта, что является самым высоким показателем продвижения за месяц за весь уходящий год. Всего в этом году под наш контроль перешло 6640 квадратных километров территории и 334 населенных пункта. Противник каких-либо активных наступательных действий не предпринимает. Основные усилия сосредоточил на укреплении своей обороны и пытается замедлить темпы нашего наступления проведением контратак на отдельных участках и массированным применением дронов.
Warned against external forces backing Taiwan after launching live-fire drills around the island that it said would simulate a blockade of its key ports. Meanwhile, Taiwan has condemned what it calls Beijing's military intimidation. This comes as China's People's Liberation Army Eastern Theater Command has announced major military exercises around Taiwan, with live activities to be conducted on December 30th across 5 zones in waters and airspace. The spokesman for the PLA has said that the drills focused on subjects of sea, air, combat readiness, patrol, and blockade on key ports and areas. Taiwan has stated that it has already detected 89 Chinese military aircraft and 28 vessels near the island. Let's listen in to the statements coming in from the two countries.
民进党当局顽固坚持台独立场，企图以美谋独，不惜把台湾变成火药桶、弹药库，充分暴露其和平破坏者、麻烦制造者、战争煽动者的凶恶面目。任何在台湾问题上越线挑衅的恶劣行径，必将遭到中方的坚决回击。任何阻挠中国实现统一的险恶图谋，都不会得逞。
维持台海与印太和平稳定是国际社会高度的共识。中国解放军在我国周边实施针对性的军事演习，不仅粗暴破坏了台海以及印太区域的安全稳定现状，更是对国际法与国际秩序的公然挑战。对于中国当局无视国际规范，以军事恫吓手段威胁周边国家，我国表达严厉的谴责。有关中国单边挑衅的动态，国军以及国安单位都有事先而且全面性的掌握，做好了万全准备，可以确保国家及国人安全无虞，请国人可以安心。